Good morning. So today's a good day. Um, I've kind of been in the last few days kind of in myself. I was just out here. I'm looking how quickly everything became just green. It seems like as soon as the rain started, everything just became green and there's flowers everywhere. I'm going to show you where I'm sitting. That's the Sea of Galilee. I'm looking over the Sea of Galilee. And I was thinking how quickly everything becomes green once it's given water. So once it is like paid attention to, it instantaneously almost, it seems like everything just became green all of a sudden. It was all that potential was waiting in the ground to come up. All of that potential was sitting dormant and waiting to get the nutrients that it needed or the spark of life that it needed. And water brought that spark of life. And I was thinking how within us, it's the same. We have all of these places within us that are dormant, are waiting to get attention, are waiting for us to put water on them so that they can flourish. And as soon as they get attention, they take off. Have you ever noticed that? You can, when you fall in love with somebody and it's instantaneously, it can, from one place where you're at, within a week, your whole life can change. Or when you have a really good idea and you start putting your attention on it and you start nourishing it, and you could have had that idea for years and you never acted on it. And the minute that you like water it, the minute that you take the seed and you give it nutrients and you nourish it, then all of that potential that was waiting right under the surface, just like all of these plants all around me, it was all potential. They were all seeds waiting there in the ground, just waiting for water, just waiting for the rains. As soon as the rains came, it was ready to just go. And that's kind of like I feel like with this. With anything in life, also with my work, also with my love life, also with anything, it's like all that potential is waiting there for to be nourished and to be nourished through my focus, through my attention, through my love, through um, giving it my effort, my energy. So and it seems like everything in life is that way. Once you take something that is potential, because potential doesn't exist, right? Potential can even be in your mind, right? When the seed is in the ground, the seed is there, but the plant isn't there until the potential is um, fed, until the potential it gets the nourishment that it needs or gets the attention or gets the everything is laying right under the surface waiting for um to come to life. And I'm thinking about my work like that, and my work, my providence. Yeah, I've there's so many ideas and so many things that are just under the surface, and because my attention is being put in other places, then these things don't have the opportunity to get my full attention. And you can't fake something like that. It's not like you can fake give attention. I mean, you can try to fake give attention, but the universe knows the difference. It's like if you're in a relationship and that partner truly truly loves you, you feel that love. Now they can fake it and your inner self knows it. Like you can pretend like but your inner self always knows. So when you take your attention and you put it on something, you have to really put your attention on it, and that's through inspiration and through love and through the and wanting for its best good, even if it is a person, if it's a business, if it is a project, if it is your home, wherever you put your attention, when you put your love light in it, it comes out the best. It comes out um, inspired. When you put your love light in it, you're not doing يتخشبنوت. It's like you give it the full attention that it needs, regardless of the time that it takes, regardless of the effort that it takes. When you're doing something from love, you're doing it from a place of wanting for its best good. So if you're building a business and let's say you're doing an art project, because that's the easiest for me to say. So if you're doing like an art project, if you're just doing it because you have to do it, then it doesn't come out um, inspired. When you are inspired and you're doing it because you love the project and it's a love project and you want to see it come forth, that's when your best expression comes out of you and your best projects come out of you. So putting your it's like taking it, just like the seeds were in the ground waiting for the water, for the rains to come and give it life. All of the seeds of your potential, of all of your everything that is your desire, everything that you want in life, you have the capability of taking your attention and like watering it, putting your attention and your focus on it. But you also have to have almost like a blind belief. Like these seeds, their belief in their ability to grow is obvious to them. That wasn't something that they needed to think about. Oh, how am I going to grow? Wait, if the water comes, what if I, if you're sitting in a mindset like that, you're sitting in doubt, then you are betraying your own self. Because when you cannot have inspiration and doubt together, they don't go together. They're like two different sides of they're two different sides. If you have doubt in something, you are not going to be fully invested in it. You can't be fully invested in it, and you can't let it get into that natural flow of things. You have to create some kind of momentum from the beginning. And then once you have the momentum and the ball starts rolling, then it's easy. It's like a business that I had, the moving company that I had in the States, in the Chicago area. I had a moving company. And in the beginning, when you were building the business, it was we put in a lot of effort, um, building all of the emails and building all of the systems around everything. And once the ball was rolling and once we had all of that already going, we had the momentum going. We already had experience and moves that we had done. We already knew what we were offering. We already had built the whole system. Then it's just a matter of, it's like when you get a ball rolling and you just keep the ball rolling. Once you have momentum, then it is maintenance. It's like you go off and you can improve it, but you already have the ball rolling. So in the very beginning of it's the beginning that is the, taking your focus, having the belief, and starting something, pushing it in pushing into pushing is not a good word, like flowing, but it's like bringing your life light into something and allowing all of your attention to go to that thing. And on this twin flame journey, it's almost like the journey takes up all of your consciousness, all of your attention, all of your flow, even all of your time, because your mind is always in there. And when you take the focus off of them and you bring it back into yourself, then you can bring it and apply it into different things. And once you have, because when you are in this twin flame journey, all of your focus, all of your being is in there. So once you can pull yourself back to yourself, imagine that you're taking all of your power, because there's so much power invested in this journey. It's like our love and our energy and our thought and our focus and our anticipation and our um, what we perceive to be as fun or even anguish, or all of our emotions, everything in us is invested in it. So imagine when we take all of that attention and we bring it back to ourselves, and we can bring all of that attention and focus and life force that is us, our light life force, with all of what we have learned, this spiritual awakening, and we can apply it into a direction that is forwarding us, that is separate from, that is our own um, project, our own love, our own something we're interested in, our own momentum, our own satisfaction, our own completion, our own um, taking care of ourselves, our own responsibility for ourselves, and rising in ourselves. Not only do we bring all that focus back to us, and then we can create wonders. I mean, when we take all that life force back to us, imagine right now. Yeah, I'm imagining whoever is on this journey, and all of their life force is invested in this journey, all of the what ifs and the highs and the lows and all of that, all of the emotional and all of the energetical and all of the spiritual, and everything is invested in it. And you take all of that life force, and we're managing our lives with the other, we're kind of like on automatic in our lives, but all of our consciousness is kind of invested in this journey. If you take all of that life force back to you, now it doesn't mean that you don't, it, it doesn't mean that you swap out that life force with an anti-life force, because anti-life force takes up just as much energy. So it's not like we take that force back and we start putting anti in that place, like, oh, now I don't like him and now I'm going to no, you can leave love in that place. It's just that you pull your energy back. You can still love, it's just a love and let go. It's allowing. And then you bring all the focus back to yourself, and all of the attention back to your own projects. And in that way, you're also taking responsibility for your own life. So if you're still focused on the, and if you're focused on the, and I'm saying this without any judgment because I'm also there. So when you are focusing on your twin, or this dynamic, then it's like you're leaking your own energy. And when you pull all that energy back to yourself and you start moving your own life forward, not only do you become a force within yourself, you become proud of yourself, you become a different entity. There's a much different, you become in a place of power rather than a place of weakness, because when you're in this chasing mode, it's a place of weakness. It's a place where all of your power is being leaked from you. It's like you have leaks in yourself. When you bring the power back to yourself, not only do you know your own worth, because you have to know your own worth to bring the power back to yourself and put that love light on yourself, but you're also creating yourself to be a more attractive, um, self-efficient, attractive person. You we are attracted to people that are self-efficient. We are attracted to people that are self-responsible. We are attracted to people that know how to take care of their own selves, including their emotions, including their uh, um, providence, including where they have things going on for them in their own life, so that when somebody comes into our life, they're added on, and they also receive value, because our life is valuable. We're not just there um, for them. So, an update with me on the twin flame. So, I feel like I'm the most let go I've ever been. I feel like I'm still getting the lessons. We're in interaction. We have been meeting or seeing each other pretty much every day for the last couple of weeks. I think there was like 1 or 2 days maybe in there that we didn't meet, even for like just coffee. And I still feel like I'm being shaken, but I feel like it's much more soft. It's a much softer. I'm still getting the push, but I also feel like I'm pulling much less. So the less I pull, the softer the push. And I feel like I'm the most let go I've ever been. And I feel like I'm still getting the lessons because every single meeting with him after we separate, it's like all the lessons start falling in. It's like, oh, this and that and this and that and this and that. But it feels like maybe the lessons aren't softer. Maybe I'm just able to take them much more with like stride. And I also have been noticing something that I have been noticing is that I always have another opportunity to remedy what was done. So if we are in an interaction and then I see something and afterwards in my own behavior that cause a cause and effect, right? Something, it's a place where I wasn't pure in intention, a place where I still had that energy, that pulling energy, or chasing energy, or trying to grasp energy. Any place that I am not in my high divine, beautiful, all knowing, all accepting love, all is good without expectation plays, every time I get a mirror back to my face. And every time that there is some kind of behavior of that within me towards him, I get that push. I get that soft like push away, or that soft place where all of a sudden this wall starts like coming up. It's like, you're not getting in here. And what I'm realizing is that it's making me much softer. There is a definitely a power and a force and a strength in being able to overcome your ego and be able to act without ego. So there is no when you take responsibility and you're willing to grow from your actions and from your mistakes and from the things that, from your beliefs, and you're willing to change, then then there is no shame in anything. It's all just an opportunity for more lessons. It's all an opportunity for me to do better next time. And when I realize that we are in this dynamic, him and I are connected, and we are in this dynamic. And the more I let go, the more I can trust that he will be there, because the more I try to grasp, the more he's running. So the more I let go, there is no reason for him to run. The relationship is soft. There is no trying to hold on to him or grasp him, or force him to be mine. Or, I mean, how can one person be another person's, belong to another person? And I also want to have the freedom, even though I know that I'm still under the spell and I'm still kind of grasping and still running. Even with all that, I know that in the future, when I am able to come into a place of soundness within myself, into that complete knowing and complete softness and the complete um, strength within myself. First of all, I don't want to own anybody else. I don't want to be responsible for anybody else, especially not for him. He is like freaking complex. He can do his own self. I don't need to be responsible for all that. He I I trust him to know what's best for him, and he can do it all on his own. And it's just like I don't want anybody else coming into my life and controlling me and telling me who I can talk to and who I can't talk to, and me feeling like, oh, I can't talk to this person because I am in this relationship or anything. I don't want to feel like that either. And I know that a few years down the line, when I'm completely solid within myself, I certainly don't want somebody from the outside of me coming in and trying to own me or tell me this yes and that no, or being jealous, or, I've gone through that. I don't need that. I want to be completely open and free and knowing. And the partner that's in my life, whether it's him or, you know, the partner that's in my life, would want to, if I am um, dedicated and devoted, then I can talk to anybody that I want. And that other person is going to be in complete trust of me, because I would never want to, any relationship that is worth being devoted to is worth devoting to. So If I'm devoted to somebody, that means that that relationship is something that I want. It's something that I want to be devoted to. It's something that I want to give my trust to. It's another person that I myself trust and I want to be trustworthy for and that I want to be there for. So if I apply myself to somebody and give myself my devotion to somebody, that they can I want them to be able to hold on. I mean, not only I mean, just it's a given. I wouldn't give myself to somebody and devote myself to somebody that I wouldn't want to be devoted to. So if I'm devoted to somebody, I'm there because I want to be there, not because they have to hold me in place. Or and so in that way that they can completely trust me and allow me, trust in that relationship, trust me. Yeah, I can trust myself and trust them to be in. um if I'm devoted, it's because I want to be devoted. It's not because anybody else has to hold me in place. And with somebody that is with me in a relationship would understand that, somebody that knows me to those depths, somebody that is worth my devoting to, would have to be in that place, would have to be strong enough to know that the connection that we have is divine, and there is, that I can be completely free to speak, to explore, to, this is a human experience. I want to live my experience to the fullest. And I'm 47. I want to live them to the fullest now. Now and for the rest of this experience, this life experience. This is something spectacular, this life. It's something spectacular. Each and every one of us got this spectacular life to live, and we're the only one, and the only one that will ever be, the only one that ever was. And the life in itself is a miracle. I mean, think about it. When a woman becomes pregnant, first of all, it has the sperm is one of millions, and imagine how many millions and millions and millions of sperm are for one, the chance of me. What are the chances of me coming into existence? Even if you're just looking at the 3D world, what are the chances of me coming into existence? I guess 100%, right? Because it happened. So I always, yeah, there is no absolute. There is no absolute. So this is where I am. So I'm really feeling the most let go that I have felt on this journey. Even with, like, I have even been getting like little, um, you could call them, like, I, the word that's coming up is like smackdowns. It's not the most like elegant of words, but I do feel like I'm getting, like, like a dog would get something in its mouth and start shaking it. I feel like that, like I'm getting shaken, but I'm still holding on. Um, but I am realizing that that connection between us doesn't have to be a grasping connection. It's there. It can be a soft connection. It can be a connection that I don't even have to think about, that is already there. It's kind of like a connection that I have with my siblings, or a connection that I have with my children, or a connection that I have with my parents. It's a given almost. It's not something that I have to maneuver through. It's not something that I have to think about, or it might disappear, or try to grasp or try to hold on to. It's a given. And once I realize that it's just a given, I'm going to have a see. Once I realize that it's just a given and it's going to be there, and that the more that I try to grasp, the less it's going to be there. It's kind of like your children. If you try to hold on to your children, they as adults, the further they want to get from you. So it's kind of like it's finding the balance between holding on and release, hold on and release, hold on, release. But holding on is not grasping. It's kind of like you have to release but still allow the connection to be there energetically. That's how I see it. And the more you release and allow the connection to be there, the connection grows. I kind of see it energetically, like that have two energetic beings that have a connection, an energetic connection between them, and that energetic connection is slowly expanding and connecting the two energies and as they connect, the energies are also healing each other because they're countering each other and allowing, which when I come into my divine femininity, when I come into my wholeness and my strength, then it also balances him out and allows him to come into his full strength. And because he has that complete counterpart, so we have a lot of control over this dynamic. We have we have the ability to pull the energy to but you have to play with the energy on the energetic field, not in the physical field. In the physical field, you have to kind of let go. um, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and sum this up. I'm going to go get my day started. So thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day and have a wonderful weekend.